Welcome to Not Announcements with Dan and Laura.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Today is Sunday, July 18th, and we are so glad that you are worshiping with us today. If you hadn't noticed yet, we are on location at Lake Ann Camp.
Yes, this week we've been hanging out with kids from 4th grade all the way through 12th grade. We brought a whole busload of kids with us, and we have been having a blast.
Yes, we've been hanging out with the kids, we've been talking to them, checking out their activities, and they've been having a blast.
Yeah, they've done things like go on the zip line, do the blob, do cabin bonding activities. They've heard from God's word, they've learned how to do devotions. It's been a whole week filled with fun.
Yeah, and it's been so awesome that we thought we would take a moment to show you some of those awesome things and even hear some highlights from some of our kids.
Our favorite part was fight night because we got to bond with a bunch of different people.
We got to work together as a team.
Probably fight night. That was really fun.
I got to be competitive with my team and do gross fun things and mess around, and it was really fun.
The highlight of my week was spending time with my cabin mates and my brother Cabin.
I lost my favorite disc golfing. I got locked out of my cabin. They told me I was too heavy to go on the blob. And a 4th grader that I don't know called me a nasty name and it hurt my feelings.
The best thing that happened at Lake Ann this week was paintball.
My favorite thing that happened at Lake Ann this week was the climbing wall. It was really fun. I love Night of Worship.
Alright, so my highlight has been worship night, and it was just really cool to see how God moves with people, and to be with my team and just worship with them.
We get to pray with our group in our cabin, and we also get to glorify God with the whole senior high program.
My highlight of my week has been the launch.
I really like chapel. It taught me a lot about God, and I learned things that I didn't even know about Him really.
I'd say everything. There's a lot of stuff that was fun to do, and I wish I could stay longer.
My favorite thing was everything, and I don't want to go home.
What has been the highlight of your week at camp so far?
I liked getting saved.
All right, and as the kids have been here at Lake Ann Camp, they've got to hear from all sorts of speakers. Some pastors from around the area, and some have even gotten to hear from this guy.
Yes, Ken Rudolph, we love that guy. We support him as a church, and he actually speaks for the entire senior high chapel times in the evening. And God has been working and using him in a great way, as well as all of the speakers for all of the camps.
Yeah, so we took some time with some of our students and got to hear what they had to say about things they've learned this week. Why don't you take a listen?
So God has been teaching me how to be more bold for Him, and just not being ashamed of the gospel and wanting to stand for Him in moments when it's tough too.
One thing that God has been teaching me this week is that everything has to have a creator, and the world had to be created by something or someone, which is God, and we know it's Him because there's nothing else that could have created it.
Throughout this week at camp, God has been teaching me that vulnerability and confession of sin and struggles can bring peace into my life.
He helped me overcome sin and be living for God.
God taught me that no matter where you are and what trials that you're going through, casting your burdens on Him and letting Him help you make big decisions can always bring you peace and clarity instead of trying to do it all yourself.
I guess just getting closer to Him and getting in the Word a lot.
God has taught me to trust more in Him and to be a better testimony to those around me, especially those who don't know Christ.
This week I've learned more to trust in God and that He has a plan for me and that He'll be with me every step of the way.
Yeah, I learned a similar thing about how to rely on Him more and become more confident.
God taught me about how His plan is always the correct plan, and you don't have to be worried about His plan because He knows what's going on and He'll never do anything to harm you.
As you can tell, this has been an awesome week for all of our students and all of us here at Lake Ann Camp.
Yes, and we wanted to encourage you that if you are interested in camp for next year, we want you to sign up now.
Yes, sign up this week because they are not raising the prices, okay? You don't have to put any money down, and they can even get you on a payment plan as you pay through for the next year.
Yeah, so go ahead and sign up for week 5 for next year. And if money is ever an issue, guess what? We as a church provide scholarships, so there's no reason why you shouldn't go next year. Come with us, hang out with us, learn about God. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think this should be next year the biggest week of summer camp that we've ever done at Emmanuel.
Yes. Now, if you're looking for ways to encourage and love on the students now that they're back, we have a couple of things for you as well. Number 1, we really want to encourage you to be praying for our elementary and high school students. All of the students from all the way up, from nursery all the way through, be praying. And if God has led you to serve and encourage these students on a personal basis, you can fill out our card, our commitment cards we've been talking about for the last few weeks, and you can serve with us to encourage and love on these students.
Yes, and we'd also encourage you to come to our prayer meetings, Great Awakening prayer meetings that are happening tonight, 6 p.m. at the church, where we can all gather as a church and pray for revival and for God to do great and mighty things in our church.
Yes, please bring your kids, bring your families. Let's come together as a church and pray and lift one another up, and also pray for what God has been doing here at Emmanuel.
Well, we're so glad that you joined us here at Lake Ann for this little glimpse of what God has been doing. And if you're new here at church, we want to encourage you to fill out our connection card. Our connection card is just a great way to register your visit with us. And when you do, somebody is going to call you, email you, and welcome you to our church. And you can fill that out right here, right now, if you're online, or just grab the card that is in the pew right in front of you.
Yeah, maybe you're looking to give back the generosity that God has given to you. We think that's wonderful. You can do this by putting your offering in the offering boxes you can find in the back of the auditorium, or you can give online right here.
Yes, and if you want to plug in a little bit further into the service today, you can find notes, kids' notes, and bulletin, everything you need to know about what's going on at our church right here, all the resources that you need.
Yeah. Well, remember, the best announcements
are not announcements.
Bye.
See ya!